Namaskaram. This post is to help clarify doubts that come around Malayalam cases, and it's also the cover for the guide on Malayalam cases and pronouns, so be sure to swipe through and check out the guide. Our first case is the nominative case, and this is generally used when the subject is doing the action in a sentence. So for most basic sentences that use an active verb, you would use the nominative case. Pronouns that use the nominative case are the pronouns like Njan, ni, ningo, and so on and so forth. When using objects or other nouns as a subject, there would be no change to the spelling of the word to convey that it's nominative. It's kind of like the default setting. The dative case is very commonly used in Malayalam, and it's kind of tricky for those that are non-native speakers. In general, you'll find that the pronouns that use the dative case end in or kya or dinna. And you can also add these endings to nouns as they are used in the dative case. But what is the dative case? This generally can be loosely translated as for the object or for the person or thing in question. It's used often with ability or feelings or desires. For example, Enikku santhosham. I literally have happiness, or for me, there is happiness. Or Enikku rendu poochukkalundu. I have 2 cats. It can also be used to show obligation. Adu Enikku cheyanam. I have to do that. And also ability. Enikku cheyan pattu. The next case is the associative case, and again, this is when the person or object is on the receiving end of the action, and it's used with verbs like speak, tell, or ask. I've made a very clear video on all the different spelling variations on how to use this, and you'll find it in the guide. But it is used specifically with verbs that either transfer emotion or transfer information. The next case is the accusative case, and I like to think of this as either the target or the topic. When calling out to someone, we use the accusative case. For example, when you hear me call out to Anjane or Arjun, this is the accusative case. Also, when we are talking about someone, we tend to use the accusative case, again in the same way. So, for example, Njan kurichu samsarichu. I spoke about Arjun. It can also be used in other ways where it is the object of the sentence. It's never used in the subject of a sentence. The next case is the possessive case, and this is the suffix we use on pronouns or nouns to show possession. So for example, Njan becomes Ente, ni, ninde, and other variations of spellings will have a slightly different ending. And again, you can check my post on possessive pronouns to have a better idea about how to show possession. Now this last case applies to non-living things. It's not so often used with people or personal pronouns. So this is called the locative case, and as the name implies, it shows location. So these are the endings we attach to the object or place when we're conveying some kind of place postposition. For example, Amerikayil, Amerikayileka, Amerikayil ninna, and so on and so forth. So that's my super quick and easy introduction to Malayalam cases, but of course it gets much more complicated than that. So please check through my guide for the things that I've covered, ask questions about the things that I haven't, and I'll be putting together more things in the future to help us cover that gap.